In tonight's Government Insider, sharing cybersecurity resources. The Defense Department's Office of Small Business Programs has been trying to identify ways to include data protection in its outreach efforts, but the program has yet to roll out the services. Joining me with the latest is Joe Kirschbaum, Director of Defense Capabilities and Management Issues at the Government Accountability Office. Joe, first of all, what's the role of the Defense Department's Office of Small Business Programs? What do they offer?
Well, Morris, the office is charged with ensuring that small businesses receive a fair proportion of purchases, contracts, subcontracts for Department of Defense services and property. So what the office does is it provides outreach, education efforts to small businesses on contracting, how to do contracting, what's the right way to go about it. They also offer policy advice to the Office of Secretary of Defense on small business matters, and they oversee the other small business offices at the military services. Now, these are not large offices, to be sure, but that's their primary writ.
Now, one of the things the OSBP was supposed to implement this year was integrating cybersecurity efforts into its outreach. The GAO would evaluate the progress, but as of July 2015, the program had not been successful. Why?
As I mentioned, these offices are designed to do contracting, to help small businesses navigate that labyrinthine passage for DOD contracts. They're also small offices. What they don't have on staff is expertise for cybersecurity, for planning for information security management, and things of that nature. And meanwhile, at the same time, the threats have done nothing but increase. I mean, they've increased. Information incidents themselves have increased 1,000 times, 1,000% since 2006. So the Department of Defense has taken other steps to provide the ability for securing DOD information that's on private networks. So in 2013, the Defense Federal Acquisition Regulations instituted a policy that required contract provisions that require small businesses and other businesses to protect certain kinds of technical information. And then just this last year in April, the Department of Defense issued a cyber strategy that calls for the department to work with businesses to provide this protection. So it's a matter of trying to balance the resources that are the smaller resources that the department has in this office with the ability to actually conduct the outreach they need to help on security matters. So that's one of the things that we were looking at in particular.
Joe, during the review, your organization was able to identify 15 existing federal cybersecurity resources that OSBP could provide to small businesses. Give us some examples of what other agencies have done to provide these services.
We found, of the 15 we found, and that's certainly not an exhaustive list throughout the government, but we found a pretty wide range of existing services that small business could draw upon, and some of them any U.S. citizen could draw upon. For example, the public-private information sharing network that was sponsored by the FBI called InfraGard exists so that small businesses can share information, they can share best practices, and they can do things together that they can't necessarily do themselves because of their size. They don't have large IT departments and security organizations. At the other end of the spectrum, we saw much more robust planning tools, such as the FCC's Small Business Cyber Planner. And this is a much more robust step-by-step template set of instructions that will help businesses provide their own security plans and really do some of the things that the department would like to see them do to help better provide their own information security and protect critical information.
Since July, has there been any progress made, Joe, by the OSBP to provide cybersecurity resources?
One of the things we recommended in our report was that, for example, those 15 types of examples of programs and websites and things like that that are already out there. At the very least, the department could use those to work those into their own existing outreach for small businesses, even if they don't have cybersecurity expertise. So the department agreed with that, and they are actually starting to do that. They've also started to provide more education within the department for their people on cybersecurity. And all of this comes around at the perfect time because October, tomorrow, starts National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, which is the perfect time for governments, businesses, and frankly you and I to do a lot better at looking at cybersecurity and protecting our critical information.
You're right. It's good timing, and it's a good time to get the update from you. Joe Kirschbaum, Director of Defense Capabilities and Management Issues with the GAO. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you.